There's something really unsettling about surveillance footage, isn't there? You know, it captures truth, it documents our lives, but sometimes it catches something truly horrific, something inexplicable that just leaves you reeling.
Absolutely. Moments of horror that raise far more questions than they answer.
Exactly. And today we're sharing 4 deeply disturbing real-life mysteries, each one caught on camera, each one stripping back the veneer of normal life to show something truly shocking.
And we're focusing on the chilling facts, right? And that lingering sense of the unknown that these cases just leave hanging in the air. It pulls you into these, well, darker corners.
It really does. What's so compelling is how these mundane recordings suddenly become windows onto these incredibly unsettling events.
Yeah, events with motives that are either deeply disturbing or sometimes just completely invisible, opaque.
They force you to confront things that are just, well, hard to grasp. These aren't just stories, they're stark reminders of the unknown that's lurking, even when we think we're seeing everything clearly on camera.
Precisely. Even with a visual record, so much can remain hidden.
Okay, so our first story. It takes us to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We meet Raymond Koh. He was this beloved Christian pastor, genuinely an all-around good soul, you know.
Known for his charity work.
Tireless charity work, yeah. Helping single mothers, kids, recovering addicts, people with HIV, the kind of person you wouldn't expect to have enemies.
Yeah, it seems unlikely.
But then, February 13th, 2017, his life just takes this turn. Something straight out of an action movie, really. And the terrifying part, it was all caught on CCTV, every second.
In this case, it's complex right from the start. You need the context. Malaysia is predominantly Muslim, and trying to convert someone away from Islam is highly illegal there.
That's key, isn't it?
It's crucial, because 6 years before this abduction, Raymond had actually been accused of proselytizing. Some people saw his charity work as a cover for trying to convert Muslims.
Wow, so there's tension already.
Oh, yes. He'd even received a chilling warning, an anonymous box sent to him containing 2 bullets and a note, explicitly threatening his life.
2 bullets, that's serious.
Extremely. So that context is vital for understanding what happened next. The implications are profound.
So what did happen next? It almost defies belief from what I've read.
It really does.
Yeah.
That afternoon, Raymond was just driving. He was on his way to deliver food, a simple act of kindness.
And then?
Suddenly, 3 black SUVs just converge on his car, box him in completely, force him to pull over.
Just like that, on a public road.
Exactly. At least 8 men, armed, dressed all in black, they jump out of the SUVs. Now, the CCTV footage, it's a bit obscured by trees, but you can clearly see a struggle.
He fought back.
It seems so. His car actually lurched forward, crashed into the lead SUV like a desperate attempt to escape, but he was just overpowered. They pulled him forcefully from his car, shoved him into the back of one of the SUVs, and the precision of it all, it's breathtaking.
How so?
Well, there were 2 men on motorbikes, others in a second white sedan. They were part of the convoy. They expertly diverted traffic, even threatened witnesses who got too close.
They threatened witnesses?
Yes. One hatchback driver apparently got too near, and one of the snatch squad members, hooded, actually aimed a weapon right at them, forced them to back off.
Incredible. And how long did this take?
The entire thing, from start to finish, 40 seconds.
40 seconds, that's clinically fast.
Before the whole convoy just vanished, taking Raymond and his car with them.
And after that, what was found?
Just broken glass on the road.
Yeah.
And Raymond's front license plate. That's it. He has never been seen or heard from again.
Never.
Never. And this was clearly no random act. You're talking at least 15 men involved. Highly planned, highly coordinated. They had obviously surveilled his home, knew his routine.
15 men. That sounds like professionals.
Exactly. And what's maybe the most disturbing part? The Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, Suhakam, they did their own independent investigation.
And what did they find?
They concluded that Raymond's captors were members of the Special Branch. That's the Royal Malaysian Police Force's intelligence agency, their internal security.
The police! That's chilling.
It is. The Malaysian government, facing public outcry, did set up a special task force to look into it. But, controversially, their findings have never been made public.
Never released. Why not?
That remains unanswered, which only deepens the mystery and the concern.
And it gets worse, doesn't it? Because Raymond wasn't the only one.
No, tragically not. This seems to be part of a pattern. Just 3 months before Raymond disappeared, 3 other activists, Arat Shamat, Joshua Hilmi, and his wife Ruth Satipu, They also vanish.
Under similar circumstances.
Strikingly similar. Equally unexplained. It really paints this picture of something, well, something very dodgy, as you said, going on in Malaysia. A disturbing pattern targeting activists.
All captured by the very cameras meant to keep us safe. It's profoundly unsettling.
It really is. The camera shows the act, but the why and the who remain shrouded, sometimes deliberately, it seems.
Precision of a covert operation on camera, our next mystery takes us to Tomball, Texas, and it reveals a different kind of horror.
Also,
Equally cold-blooded, but this time bafflingly random, it seems. Almost motiveless, despite being caught in stark detail. This is the unexplained murder of Elizabeth Barraza.
Elizabeth Barraza, tell us about her.
She sounds like just a wonderful person, kind-hearted, loving, self-confessed nerd, loved comic books, sci-fi.
In costumes, right?
Yes, passionately.
Yeah.
Made these elaborate costumes of her favorite characters. She and her husband, Sergio, huge Star Wars fans, Harry Potter fans. They were even active members of the 5 on her First Legion.
Ah, the Stormtrooper charity group.
That's the one. They visit children's hospitals, dressed up, bringing cheer, just lovely people. They were planning a special 5th wedding anniversary trip to Universal Studios in Orlando.
A dream trip.
Yeah, and to help pay for it, Elizabeth decided to hold a garage sale, just setting up in her driveway that morning.
Okay, so set the scene. January 25th, 2019, an ordinary morning.
Pretty much. Sergio, her husband, he left for work just minutes before this happened. Around 6:52 a.m., a neighbor's surveillance camera picks up a black Nissan Frontier pulling up to Elizabeth's home.
Okay.
And the footage, it's chillingly clear. Someone gets out, appears to be a woman, long hair, walks quickly towards the house.
Towards Elizabeth.
Right towards Elizabeth, who's setting up her sale. You can see Elizabeth just freeze. She looks surprised, steps back. There's a really brief exchange, maybe 8 seconds.
8 seconds. What was said?
We don't know for sure, but then the person raises their arm and shoots Elizabeth 4 times, point blank range.
Oh my God, 4 times.
3 times in the chest, and then a final brutal shot to her head as she lay on the ground. And nothing was stolen. Nothing at all.
To violence, cold, efficient, no apparent reason. It's terrifying.
It is. And Elizabeth actually had her own Ring doorbell camera. It recorded the incident too, but the audio is muffled. Most people who listen think they can hear Elizabeth saying good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Which tragically suggests she didn't recognize her killer. Oh, that's heartbreaking. What happened to Elizabeth?
She passed away the next day. She was only 29. But, you know, even in death, she did good. She was a registered organ donor.
Wow.
Her heart, liver, kidneys, corneas, they saved or significantly improved the lives of 4 other people. A final act of generosity.
Incredible spirit. So the investigation, what did they find? Who could have done this?
Well, Sergio, the husband, was obviously questioned immediately, but he was ruled out very quickly. There was just no evidence pointing to him.
No affairs, no fights, nothing like that.
Absolutely nothing. No infighting, no jealousy, no known enemies at all. Everyone just had kind things to say about Elizabeth, a really well-loved person.
So a complete mystery attacker. What about clues at the scene?
A couple of chilling details. First, no shell casings were found.
Suggesting a revolver.
Exactly. Revolvers don't eject casings automatically. And maybe even more disturbing, the killer came back.
Came back. When?
Just 2 minutes after the shooting. Also caught on camera. Presumably just to make sure Elizabeth was dead.
That's ice cold. And that same black Nissan Frontier. It had been seen driving around the neighborhood the day before.
Canvassing the area, so definitely not random.
No, absolutely not. This was planned. This was a targeted hit, which makes the lack of motive even more baffling.
So who was this person? And why Elizabeth?
Those are the huge questions, right? Investigators aren't even 100% sure the killer was female. They haven't ruled out a man wearing a wig and a costume.
A costume? Like what?
Well, some people noted the outfit, a white robe, tall white boots. It bears a kind of resemblance to Princess Leia.
Princess Leia,
Of course.
given her love of Star Wars and cosplay.
Exactly. That led to speculation. Could it have been a fellow cosplayer, someone she met online, maybe?
That could explain how they knew she'd be alone setting up the sale, and why she might not have recognized them immediately if they were in costume.
It's a theory, but it's just that, a theory. The frustration here is the complete lack of resolution.
Still no leads.
Despite a $50,000 reward, nobody in Elizabeth's life, friends, family, fellow cosplayers, can point to anyone who might have wanted to harm her. No angry messages, no emails, nothing indicating any conflict.
So the core question just hangs there. Why? Why Elizabeth Barraza? The silence around the motive, especially with such clear footage of the crime itself, it's deeply unsettling.
Absolutely. Okay, from these acts of targeted yet baffling violence, let's shift again, this time to Manhattan. Chelsea neighborhood. Surveillance here caught something terrifyingly random. Senseless.
Random violence is often the hardest to comprehend.
This is the fatal shoving of Barbara Gustern. Barbara was 87 years old, but incredibly accomplished. A singing and vocal coach, worked with huge stars like Debbie Harry, countless Broadway performers.
Still active at 87.
Absolutely. Had this incredible energy, like a teenager, people said. A real zest for life. Still training students, meeting friends, volunteering at her church soup kitchen, just vibrant.
Sounds wonderful. What happened?
On March 10th, 2022, she was just heading out for the evening, going to Joe's Pub, actually, to support one of her students performing there, something she loved doing.
Okay, a normal evening out for her.
Exactly. It was around 8:30 p.m. She steps out of her building, and this younger woman suddenly approaches her from across the street.
Just approaches her.
Yeah, no warning, no apparent reason, nothing. The woman just walks up, calls Barbara a bitch, and then shoves her. Hard.
Shoves an 87-year-old woman. Just like that.
Just like that. Shoved her with shocking force right to the ground, and then just casually strolled off, walked away into the night.
My God. What happened to Barbara?
Her head hit the concrete pavement hard. It caused catastrophic brain trauma, left side of her brain, just devastating from a simple, brutal push.
Horrific. Was anyone there? Did anyone help?
Thankfully, yes. A young man found her on the ground pretty quickly, helped her into her building's lobby. Paramedics arrived.
Was she conscious? Could she say anything?
She was, initially. And this is heartbreaking. In her last lucid moments, she was able to tell the paramedics what happened, that she'd been attacked by a red-headed woman, maybe in her 30s, someone she'd never met before.
Never met her. A complete stranger.
A complete stranger. Tragically, her condition went downhill rapidly after that. She lost consciousness, never woke up, passed away 5 days later. Her grandson was by her side.
Just senseless. Absolutely senseless. Did they find the attacker?
The police acted fast. They released CCTV images of the suspect, a woman with red hair, just like Barbara described, announced it was a homicide investigation.
Yeah.
The suspect, later identified as Lauren Pascienza, 26 years old, she eventually turned herself in on March 22nd.
Okay, so she was caught.
Yeah.
But her actions after the attack? Those are quite disturbing too, right?
Extremely disturbing. Get this. Just 6 minutes after pushing Barbara, Pascienza came back to the scene.
She came back. Why?
Apparently, she just stood there and calmly watched the ambulance taking Barbara away.
Watch the ambulance. Wow.
Then she went home, systematically deleted all her social media, all her photos, and hid out at her parents' place on Long Island for almost 2 weeks.
Until friends tipped off the police.
That's right. Friends, maybe disturbed by her behavior or knowing what she'd done, they tipped off the police, which led to her surrender.
But the motive.
Yeah.
Why did she do it? Why push a random elderly woman to her death?
And that's the chilling part, isn't it? The motive remains utterly unclear. Why Lon Pascienza fatally shoved a complete stranger? It's a profound mystery.
It makes it all the more unsettling. A truly senseless act of violence. The camera shows the what, but the why is just a void.
A terrifying void. Okay, one last case for today. From baffling brutality, we go to Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. Surveillance here reveals not just a crime, but a final, terrifying journey, with questions still unanswered.
This sounds ominous.
This is the story of Maria Glikina. She was 19, a university student, loved photography, art. On the night of November 8th, 2014, she had plans to meet up with her friend, Irina Ivanenko.
Just a normal night out for a student.
Supposed to be. But the sequence of events, told through phone calls between Maria and Irina, gets increasingly strange, really unsettling.
Okay, walk us through it.
Right. At 10 p.m., Maria tells Irina she's walking over to her house. Normal enough. Then, 10:10 p.m., she calls again, says she's on Menina Street. That's about a 40-minute walk away.
Okay, maybe taking her time.
Maybe. Yeah. Then, 11:02 p.m., a text message arrives. Maria says she's on Belenskogo Street, just 10 or 15 minutes away now, so getting closer.
Right. Seems okay so far.
But this is where it gets really weird. 20 minutes later, Irina calls Maria back, probably wondering where she is. Maria answers, but she sounds completely out of breath.
Out of breath.
Yeah. And she says really quickly, sorry, I can't talk right now. I'll call you later, and just hangs up abruptly.
That's strange. Did Irina try again?
She did, worried. Called right back. This time, Maria just says, I'm not coming, and then her phone was turned off.
I'm not coming, and that was it.
That was the last time anyone ever heard from Maria Glikina.
Oh, no. What happened then? A search.
Frantic search. 77 local volunteers joined in, scouring the area tirelessly, but sadly, it didn't end well.
They found her.
On the evening of November 10th, her body was discovered in the basement of an old abandoned house.
Oh, how awful. What state was she in?
It was disturbing. Her hands and feet were bound. She was in the fetal position, and she was only wearing a scarf and a blouse. Her other clothes were missing.
Bound. Missing clothes. That points to something violent. What did the coroner find?
Maria had been beaten and asphyxiated, suffocated. But strangely, there were no marks found directly around her neck.
No marks. That is odd for asphyxiation. How did the police handle it initially?
Well, apparently there was some initial reluctance to investigate properly. They even made this improbable claim that it might have been a hit and run.
A hit and run when she was found bound in a basement. That doesn't make sense.
Not at all. But intense public pressure forced them to use the city's surveillance footage.